Draghi once again, I wouldn't say achieving the impossible, but he pulled away from the easing pledge, and the euro's falling, stocks are rising, and bond yields are falling. It's quite an achievement, given one could take away it was slightly more hawkish, but the message wasn't hawkish at all, was it?
It was the inflation projections, actually. If you looked at how the markets moved through the course of him speaking, as you say, they started off removing some of that stimulus language, saying we don't think we'll need to add to QE. But it was really, I think, when they released the inflation projections, which said we think growth's going to be a bit better, but once again, we don't think this is going to translate into higher inflation. And inflation is still well below where we need it to be at 1.7 in 2020. So they're still struggling. That was the key theme. We are still struggling to get inflation back. And until we do, patience and persistence, as he said.
Is there going to be more tweaking to the language in coming months? Our Bloomberg economist suggests June might be a good time to break the link between the bond buying programme and inflation, and then maybe after then you announce some more measures.
That's the difficulty they face. At the moment, their language is, we will not think about raising rates until well after we end QE. Now, they're clearly more confident in ending QE. What they don't want the market to do is quickly move to pricing in them moving on rates, which is what the market did at the start of the year. So they need a new framework that allows them to keep hold of expectations of policy rates. And I think that's what they're grappling with right now.
Were you intrigued by the risks he cited? Protectionism, trade, further afield, financial regulation. Markets certainly keeping an eye on those obvious risks, but the fact he made quite a big point about trade and protectionism.
Yes, he's been quite vocal, actually, surprisingly so, because last press conference, of course, he was quite vocal about Mnuchin's comments on the euro. He's certainly speaking his mind about some of these global issues.